All right, so I think we can go over into Docker now and go into the, why don't I see it? Back to containers. There's Transcription API. So if we go into here, I mean, death row is... Nope, not going to comment on that. So, I think we should have like a whisper command. In here. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so we have some success in that we have the Whisper CLI that we can call. What is this program? So this is Docker Desktop. Yeah, it's all a coding thing. That's what we're doing here this morning. All the coding things. So basically, the last hour has been getting to this moment, which is to say, having this environment set up that we can run this command in, and figuring out what we were going to do. Basically, that is honestly a lot of what coding is. It's just like figuring out what you're going to do, or at least it probably should be. Yeah. So, what I wanted to know was, can we just pass in a? Do we need to actually have an audio file, or could we pipe the contents of? Okay, so what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is I want to use FFmpeg to extract the audio from a video file. So we have a bunch of video files. We have access to all of our OBS, LS. So we have all of these video files, right? And we should be able to use FFmpeg to extract the audio from the track, because all of my local recordings of the streams have multiple audio tracks. There's one that has just like the music, one that has my microphone, and one that has like desktop or game audio, and then one that's just a mix of everything. So basically, that mix is what you're hearing right now. So what I want to do is I want to use FFmpeg to take the audio from the speech track, and then I want to pipe that into Whisper, rather than having to make like a temporary file. And I think I might be able to do that, because I don't see a... Yeah, so Whisper just expects like audio, right? Like if we did WHISPER dash, okay. Excellent. You may be thinking, well, you got an error. Why is that excellent? So it seems like maybe we'll be able to pass in dash to tell it to read from the standard input the audio. Now, what's gone wrong is that when you run Whisper, either through the command line like this or programmatically, it will automatically try to download the model. Can we tell it the model dir? We can. Okay, so Yeah, we don't have the ability to up arrow and down arrow. I guess I could run bash. There we go. Okay. So if I do WHIS, let's see, how do I want to do this? We're going to want to have a explicit model directory to keep the model in, so that it stays around even if we like tear down the container and rebuild it. Let's go ahead and do that now while I'm thinking about it. Let's see. So for that, we need to look at the Docker Compose file. And we're going to pass in a, let's see, we'll call it, I mean, we could call it model path or something. Yeah, I guess model path works. Copilot knows. I just have to type in M, and it's like, oh, model path? How about that? And then we have to actually set up that volume as well, right? So we'll set up something like this, except we'll create an anonymous volume. We had to do a parent thing. Makes sense. What's going on? Oh, hey, Vile Enchantress.
Vile_Enchantress just followed.
Welcome. Thank you for the follow. And some raving crabs in the chat. Oh, wow.
Lahaxford just followed.
LHack SRT, thank you for the follow. And we just hit our follower goal of 120 followers. Lamp sent you? Well, welcome.
We reached our followers goal of 120.
Suddenly,
Thank
all
you,
the
everyone.
things. You're lurking while you play stuff? I do the same thing. Honestly, I would stream more if it wasn't for the fact that I just love... I just love like watching other streamers and then just like grinding on things while that's going on. Yeah. Oh, I hope your little one feels better soon. That can be... I'm not a parent myself, but I think we've all been on the other side of that. And some of us might remember that. It's no fun all around. All right, well, I guess we need a new goal for followers. Let's see. So we end goal here. That's not the right button. Follower goal. Luna, I'm not sure what you're implying there. Let's set the new goal a little higher. Let's go 150 as the new goal. There we go. Bam.
Followers, goal started.
All right, we're gonna shoot for a bigger target this time. All right, so we got our model volume here, and we can we're passing in model path here. That will be helpful later when we actually are writing code to do the thing. No, I'm pretty much always the same amount of distracted. Okay, so we don't have that directory yet. Let's go ahead and just restart everything so that when we download the model, it will go into our models volume. I don't know. I don't think we're very distracting. I mean, it's if I didn't want any distractions, I just wouldn't stream the coding. I would just do the coding. But honestly, part of the change in my career over time has been going from because I was a senior software engineer principal software engineer, lead software engineer kind of person for a good long while. And these days I've jumped ship into management, and I still do some coding professionally, but it's a lot more meetings and distractions and that sort of thing. So you could say I'm kind of used to it. You just have to embrace the distraction. Okay, so this is gonna do its thing. What else can we do right now while we're waiting? What should the command look like? I mean, we're not ready to run the command right now, but we can probably, let me copy this usage information here, and let's dream up what the command is going to look like to do the thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think you had mentioned that in one of the other channels we were both in. Maybe that was Marxie's channel the other day, Luna. Well, that's a lot. Okay. So we want to do something where we do like WHISPER, and then we're gonna do like -- model. I guess we'll just do tiny en. I mean, it seemed kind of fine when we were doing that before. And then model dir. You know, I guess I could just like copy paste. I think the environment variables that we define in Docker Compose will be available when we're running this directly from the inside of the thingamajig. If I could just type, that would be great. Where's the $? Okay, let's actually check to see if that's true. Are environment variables that we have defined in Docker Compose visible here? Yes. Good, and I've not leaked anything sensitive, so that's also good. Don't put secrets inside environment variables. All right, and then I think output format JSON will make the most sense. We'll have to see what that looks like when we get there. JSON. Oh, output dir. Let's I mean, we could definitely take an environment variable that has that, but let's say we put it inside of video storage path. Whoops, and it's gone. And it's gone. video_. Where is underscore? Where is underscore? I thought, yeah, there it is. So for those that don't know, that are that are new to the stream, I recently picked up a new keyboard, a ZSA Moonlander split keyboard, and then I decided to also set up the keys in this non-QWERTY style called Colmac. So it's it's stretching my brain a little bit to get used to this. Yep. All right, anyway. Okay, So we want to transcribe. Yes, we want to maybe not directly into there, but into transcriptions, something like that. And then dash. And so what we're going to want to do, yeah, there we go, get rid of that. Violent Chantress says, I have no idea what is going on in coding, but I like to watch and think. I do. Lol, dyslexia. Dyslexia is a bitch, lol, yeah. Oh, you like to watch and think? I do. Got it. Well, I can try to explain some of what I'm doing. Right now, I mean, I don't know if you would call this coding, right? We're running some commands. we're trying to put together the commands that we're going to run from the command line to figure out, because basically I'm just taking this program someone else wrote called Whisper, OpenAI Whisper, and I'm telling it where to find information or where to store information, right? And what we want to do is we want to use FFMpeg to extract the audio from a file. Now, we've already done this once, or done part of this once, in the silence detection API. Here. Inside of this is a command. Right, so I think if we take this and we just we take out all the Rust specific stuff, which I'm gonna redo this later, right? Because I want to take all this, I'm gonna put it in a Rust program to run. But for now, I just want to, see something work. That's the most important thing, right? Yeah, that's cool. I don't want that Copilot. I want a file that we have already. Here we go. So let's say, here we go. So if I hit rename, so I can copy and paste the name of the file. There we go. I'll take one of the videos from the stream today, and let's put some quotes around that. There we go. There we go. And we want to map, and we want, should be something like, which track is it? I think it's track 2 that we want, the second audio track. Ooh. Now Copilot is suggesting something interesting. I think it's suggesting that it's going to transform the audio into a certain format, this PCM S16LE, into some kind of WAV format, wave format, so that it can be piped to Whisper. I don't know if this is going to work. I have no idea. This could all be a hallucination, but we're going to find out. So the idea is we're going to have FFmpeg read the audio out of this video file, the specific audio track, and then pipe that into Whisper. And this is not how you spell transcriptions. SCR? SCR? IPTIO? Yep, okay. So I think something like this might work. I think this will at least be safe to run. So let me copy this and traverse all of the windows. All right, so we have a transcription API service. This doesn't do anything yet, right? This is what we're going to eventually make run the command, assuming I can get this to work. But this does have OpenAI Whisper installed. It has the environment variables and volumes and all those things. So if we go over to exec, we can run commands inside of this. And I'll just run bash specifically, and then I can maybe paste. And it's gonna, I think it's actually running right now. Now, here's a question. How long is this gonna take? Is this going to do anything? Do we already have something in the output folder? I guess it would be inside of OBS, because that's what the video storage path is. Well, this is not going to work anyway, right? Because this is trying to read this file, but we're not in the right folder for that. So that's not going to work either way. So we need to cd into OBS. ls. We'll also make the transcriptions directory, so that exists, which is mktir. iptins. Missing an R. Okay, let's see. Cool. Copy, paste, space. Let's see what this does first of all before we do anything else. Like, we should get, yeah, a bunch of noise. Awesome. That's kind of what I would expect, right? So it's all of that data, but that's good because I think that is working. So we're gonna run that again. We're gonna pipe that through into the other command, and maybe, just maybe, this will work. Now, okay, so we see information from FFmpeg. That's this bit here. And so you can see we have the video and then we have audio tracks. I'm pretty sure audio track 2 is the speech. And we tried to pipe it. And then Whisper is complaining. Argument model gr expected one argument. Interesting. env. Model path does exist. Model dr expected one argument. What does it mean? We did. Huh. Model dir. We didn't pass it twice. We did. Okay. Let's try. We'll not use the environment variable. We'll just pass in the path directly. OTEL slash. Okay. Verbose, invalid str to bool value 1. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I suppose I could at some point just read the docs, but where's the fun in that? No, but seriously, if we okay, so it doesn't like that. How about we go back? I had I guess I don't have that open anymore. Was it this tab? Yes. All right. How about some documentation? Command line usage. Oh, we could just run help. Imagine that. Paste. Okay, so device to use for PyTorch inference. We probably are going to want to change this at some point. And then verbose. Oh, it defaults to true anyway, so I guess we don't even need to pass that in. And it needed to be a capital T, apparently. So I also suspect that, hold on, what does it say about, okay, so I think the model just needs to be tiny, not tiny.en. That it's going to add that because we were passing in the language. I could be wrong. All right, permission denied. Model / tiny.pt. So we don't have permission to write into model. ls motel. Hodl? No. Model. Okay. Interesting. Why don't we have permission to write into model? We didn't make it read-only. Model, video path model. Interesting. Hold on. Can we just make a full, like a file in there? TELCPST? Nope. Okay, interesting. Huh, why? Maybe a permission issue that we need to set up in the Docker file? ls/model. Okay, it's owned by root. And no one else besides root has write permission, so that would be why. Can I sudo in this? Nope. All right. I think we need to make it so that the Docker compose, or no, the Docker file itself. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? So we have this this user, which we just call user, in defined here. Let's see. Maybe we need to make the directory from model and then change the owner prior to mount. I wonder if there's a way in the Docker compose to control the owner of the volume. Read-only source target temp type volume. Maybe not. Maybe that's something we just need to do inside of Docker file. Okay, so if we do that, we can mkdir slash model, right? I can remember what I'm doing. And yeah, something like that, but not quite. I guess it's gonna make more sense to move that. Wait, how do I not like that. Ah, there we go. Let's see, run. We want to change the owner. Yeah, something like that, except this. We found a reference. Yeah, okay, sure. We're not writing code. I mean, I guess you could call this code, but not really. So making it so that this model directory is owned by the user, that the Docker file is running the service inside of, so that we have permissions. So that should be good. I guess we just have to restart everything. But instead of waiting for all that, let's just change the command slightly so that this will work. Let's see. Do we have a home directory? I think we might not. Also, where is, oh yeah, it's not here. No, we don't. ls/app. Okay, we have permissions in the app directory, so we could temporarily write the model there until we it's not the right key. Something like that. Now, does this work? Ooh. Okay, so that was us successfully downloading the model, the tiny model, from the internet. And currently we're using CPU, which hopefully will not mess up the stream. Should be fine. Got lots of CPU. So how big do we have? Like a, I mean, we have duration, but we don't really have like a byte size for the output. But it does seem like it's processing the output from FFMpeg, which is a good sign. And here we go. So here is it trying to understand what I'm saying from earlier in this stream. I think we were doing, right? So yeah, today. From about half an hour into the stream. So instead of Copilot, it got Killpilot. So this is a 20-minute section of video that is trying to transcribe the audio from. And we're 4 minutes in. So maybe if we can get it to use GPU, this will be faster. So that'll be probably the next thing to try to test. Instead of train of thoughts, it got training thoughts. This whole project is kind of meta, right? But it's kind of good. It's kind of self-explanatory, because if you're here, you know about Twitch streams and all that sort of stuff. So or you don't, because you're actually watching this on YouTube, because apparently some people do watch the VODs of this on YouTube. I've actually started, I'm not using this technology right now. I'm using YouTube's automatic subtitles to get the transcript, and then I'm taking that and I'm sending that over to ChatGPT and having it generate descriptions of the videos. I don't know if this transcript is better or worse, though, than the one that... I mean, obviously, right now we can't compare apples to apples because I don't have this uploaded to YouTube, so it can try its hand at that. On the other hand, maybe this is calling out the places where I need to enunciate better. So this is definitely too slow. We don't want it to take, I don't know, how many minutes have we been watching this go by? It's almost done because it's doing a 20-minute section, but we don't want it to take this long. So I think what we should do is we should try to see, I think, one, that this is not going to work right now. Trying to use GPU because the Docker container probably doesn't have access to that. But let's go look at the help for Whisper. Oh, I messed that up. There we go. I believe there is a device option. So we go back here and go right there. And then we pass --TEVICE and device to use for PyTorch inference. So it doesn't really tell us what the other options are. So it just says default CPU. Do we type GPU? I'm just looking for a hint right now in the other options. Oh, maybe I should scroll up. No, it just says device here. So I don't get a hint. I'm gonna try GPU. It might also be something like CUDA, or it might be something else. Whatever it is, it's probably not gonna work. There we go. Let's see. Load tensor, restore location, default restore location, FN. HPU is not none. HPU device module is not loaded. What does it mean? Let's try the Google. Device GPU. Device CUDA. Hey. Now, is this going to work? Probably. Probably not. But we won't know if we don't try. Okay. Attempting to deserialize objects on a CUDA device, but torch.cuda.is available is false. Okay. So a couple things. I definitely want to copy this whole command, since it mostly seems to work, other than the last thing we just changed. So let's go back over here and Paste that. Okay, so keep that handy. And now we need to figure out how to make it so that we can access the GPU from inside of our Docker container. Anyone know how to do that? Let's see, I don't think I have an example. I haven't tried to do that in here. Let's see. This might be another Google thing. Okay. Docker compose. GPU. Here is an article from docker.com. Turn on GPU access with Docker Compose. Do we just have an example? Maybe this even works. Let's give it a shot. That's the wrong thing. There we go. Paste. And fix indentation. Now. So anyway, the reason I wanted to copy this out is we're gonna just do Docker Compose up again. What else did we change since the last time? There was something else, right? Oh yeah, we changed the Docker file to make the model directory and make it so that the user owns it. Hopefully that will allow us to actually write to the model directory. So that'll be another thing we'll test once this all finishes. All right. This will be good though. You know, some other ways we could have approached this. What we did in the Python version of this is we actually had a separate thing that extracted the audio track and made a separate audio file, and then we would have the audio file around to use for things like this, so that we weren't having to extract the audio from the container file. Right, this MKV file is like it's a container that has the video track and several audio tracks in it, but this is fine. Compared to, at least for the CPU version of Whisper, the FFMpeg kind of processing was not a lot of time versus the time it took to actually do the transcription. All right, so I guess we do need to be inside of the OBS folder right now because of how the command is set up. I guess I could change the command to have an absolute path, but that's fine. All right, so we're gonna run this. We're just processing the same file again. We are now using the model directory, which hopefully we will have permission to write to. Yeah. And actually, here's a thought. Did we actually write anything to that output directory? Is there a transcriptions folder? There is. And there's a dash.json. What's in that? Before we move on, let's take a step back. Okay, so we have some information. Can we pre-format this or something? Format document. There we go. That was from earlier. We get those bits from Death Row. Okay, so we have like a whole text which is I think everything from the whole recording, and then we get segments. So segments is what we're gonna be after. You know, when we actually start writing code, when we start writing some Rust to actually process all this, we'll be looking at segments, and we'll have like, here is start and end. I think these are probably seconds. And then here's the text that was transcribed from that point. Yep. Because ultimately this is what we want to return from our API, is we want to return the text and the start and the end. What is seek here? 2264. I don't know. Okay, well anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's keep on doing our testing. So right now we're trying to test, one, that we can write to the models directory, and two, that the GPU, the CUDA-based device does work. So we'll download the model again, because we're using a different directory. And it didn't immediately crash, so that's a good sign that we are able to reach the GPU. Now, is this time the time that's been processed? Yeah, it has to be. It's not the elapsed time, is it? No, it can't be the elapsed time, because that's too slow to be seconds, and this is too fast to be seconds. So I think this is the time processed in the thing, which means, yeah, this is looking good. This is like maybe 30 seconds to process a 20-minute video, except now it's actually outputting. I wonder. This might still be fast enough to have one API call to our API. The API will probably just buffer all of the segments and then return the whole thing. We could make something that was more like a streaming response, where we would get results back in the same way. This is like giving segments at a time, but we don't really need that for our use case. It thinks you are, it thinks I said, anyway, Mrs. Projected Lamp. That's pretty close. All right. And a subscription too. All right. I think I'm going to take a little break here so I can go stretch my legs, because, you know, I've been sitting here for a while. And when we come back, what are we doing? When we come back, I think this is good. So we're going to take this and we're going to actually turn it into a Rust API microservice thing to actually call this command. There's a Polywagon chat if someone wants to catch it. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna implement detect segment to shell out to the command line and run that command and turn a 20-minute recording into some text.